Hey, my name is Olga Dewar. I am a joy aficionada, Amazon best-selling author, and founder and owner of Happiness by You. You can catch me on JCT's show on this show.
Olga, welcome to the Jesse T Show.
Thank you, thank you. I'm happy to be here. Very excited, very exciting day. So I'm looking forward to our chat.
I can't believe the time has come. We've been connecting over the last few weeks and just really plugging into one another, learning about one another, and you have a fantastic journey and story. And, I know that you're an Amazon bestseller, so people are starting to feel your impact and they're starting to see your work out in the world. So tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and a little bit about your journey.
My name is Olga, as Jesse so nicely introduced me. I am what's called a joy aficionada. It's a title that people might not be as familiar with, but I will explain it a little bit later. And Amazon bestselling author and owner and founder of Happiness by You. My journey has been quite interesting. I am a person who always looking for something new. I love starting new things. I love introducing people to new concepts. And so where this all came from is my desire to help people as much as I can in any capability that I can. In the past, it came through work. I have been in sales for most of my life. But what I found that 9 to 5 was not really exactly my thing. So since 2009, I have been working for myself and have been impacting world in a different ways. Either it's through real estate or helping people to find more happiness in their life. That's where we are today.
Beautiful, beautiful. And in terms of your journey with real estate, what kind of real estate have you done?
Mostly residential real estate. I help people buy or sell their homes, finding new quarters for new families, or perhaps expanding families, or sometimes people just finishing, I guess, their empty nesters, finding a little smaller place. So always fun, always fun. This is part of being in people's lives and getting to know better, getting to know them better, making friends and sharing stories. And what I found, my journey as a joy aficionada really impacted my real estate as well in a positive way, because real estate transactions are stressful. For me, it's normal everyday activity. However, regular people don't do that on a daily basis. So it does take a special person to help people to stay calm and collected and make right decisions for themselves. Because when it's residential real estate, most of the time people purchasing a home for themselves, and it's emotional involvement. That's when you need to have the skills, even as a realtor, to know how to deal with stressful situations. So Joy Aficionada comes so nicely right in there, blends right in, and helps people really to manage things on a much better level.
You are impacting people on such a high level in terms of that facilitation of that purchase, because real estate, and as you know, you're an expert here, but as you know, real estate is one of the biggest purchases most people will ever make, and most wealth is transferred through real estate in the world. And so there's a really big opportunity to show up for people, and if you do it right, you just talked about it, you can make friends for life. You can make people fall in love with the idea of the process. And I've had some experiences where I've purchased real estate and then also for investments for myself, and I've mostly had a great experience, but there's those times where maybe the realtor or the lender or just maybe the inspector, there's just something that's not right with the system, and it makes for a very hectic, very stressful situation. So it sounds like you're really great at bringing joy to those impactful moments in people's lives.
I do my best, but we need to also understand that sometimes people connect and sometimes people not. And real estate, this is where it all. I think it really shows up in that particular case. Weddings, real estate, children. I think this is where it is.
Yeah.
Right. And it's it's a joke in our real estate community that sometimes we have to be psychologists, because we deal with all kinds of different situations. Some of those situations for a realtor can be happy, but it also can be a death in a family, or it can be a breakdown of a family. So those are situations that are negative. And I am an empath, and in the past it was very challenging for me to separate that, but I had to learn. and being the person that I am, a positive person most of the time, and being an empathetic person, you find that balance. It takes a while, but you find that balance and you serve or you compassionate to each party, no matter what it is. You have to be professional. And there is this very fine line. It's like which side are you taking type of a thing, right? So and also I find people's expectations. So I don't necessarily might get along with everyone. And that is why it's tremendously important. It doesn't matter if it's real estate or if it's my coaching business as a joy aficionada. I always tell people speak with you and see if you have that connection because it's so important in any position, either it's in life or in business. You have that connection. If you are helping someone, that someone needs to have a connection with you. If there is no connection, it's going to be a stressful situation to whomever you're helping and to yourself. And that's not needed because perhaps there is a bad match for that person and there is a better match for a professional. So this is where we really need to step back and look at this in a bigger from the bigger perspective.
Yeah, you're dealing with people's emotions, you're dealing with people's livelihoods, their finances, and it's very similar to my world as an investment manager. I deal with people's behaviors and emotions all the time, and it's interesting because I'm very big into psychology, and it's really helped me to understand my clients a lot better. And even in my onboarding process, I have these onboarding tools where I bring a client in to my client family, and I really want to get to know who they are. And I've even got, so I've done, I do personality assessments. I do how they take action in their life assessments. I do, some other financial planning assessments, but now I'm actually starting to think about doing astrology because there's some really, and weaving that in there because there's some really hard and fast staples to people's signs and when they were born. And I think it's really interesting because, nothing's set in stone. People can change, but I've seen a lot from my own personal journey where I had these free natal charts done and different things in astrology. And it's really opened my eyes. And I'm like, this is so true. I knew this about myself, but I never put words to it. And so putting that all together when you're working with another human being, it really puts you above and beyond and helps you to deliver delight, deliver joy. And
Yeah,
so with your journey of the Joy Aficionada, I love that name, by the way.
thank you.
Where did that concept come into play? Where did that start kind of landing for you? And how did you implement that into your life, becoming the Joy Aficionada?
I will answer that with connection to astrology. I'm so happy that you actually brought astrology into this, and I will kind of lead into that.
Beautiful.
The Joy Aficionada, where it came from, I am, as I already mentioned earlier, I am a very positive person naturally. I'm always happy most of the time.